This is Jurong East Stadium, and it's the Singapore Community Shield, the traditional curtain raiser for any season on this beautiful island, as we look ahead to the 2025-26 season that will begin proper next weekend. Lion City Sailors are taking on BG Tampines Rovers, arguably Singapore's best two sides, and a repeat of the Singapore Cup final. Without further ado, let's hear from the head coaches.
Hi Ranko, it's the start of a new season. You come into this as SPL champions. What's the pressure like to deliver on the silverware, starting with the Community Shield tonight?
I mean, yeah, if you play for this club, of course, it's always some kind of pressure, but not that kind of pressure that maybe we felt through last season, winning the championship and the cup. It's a great game to start the season, and of course some people would not consider it really a trophy, but we do. We won it last season, so we want to defend it. But for me, the most important thing is something that's nothing to do with football. I mean, it's a charity event for a Singapore Cancer Society, so that's for me even more important than football.
And plenty of exciting signings the team has made over the pre-season. Will we be seeing them all feature today?
You have to wait and see. Some of them definitely, and some of them maybe in the second half, because I have big squad in terms of foreigners, so not all of them can start. I mean, you know the rules.
Hi Alba, just firstly,
Hello.
Welcome back to the SPL.
Thank you.
How does it feel to be back?
Well, it feels great. It's been a while that since I came back to Singapore, and what a better time to come back and to Tampines for that matter.
And for those who are unfamiliar with your game, what can the fans expect to see from you?
Well, as with all my teams, you can see that we will put on a fight. We'll be very competitive, and that's what they can expect.
And what you aim to achieve with the team this season, starting from the Community Shield tonight?
Like I've been saying in all my pitches, we will take one game at a time, but not only that, we'll take one training session at a time, and we want to be competitive because at the end of the day, many players, some players have left. There's a new chairman, a new coach obviously. So I'm quite interested to see today how our team shape up against one of the top opponents in Singapore. So with the game today, we can see where our standard is.
Well, before we get further on into the analysis of this match, there's a little light show going on here at Jurong East Stadium for this final, with the crowd playing an interactive role in this. And they will be treated, I'm sure, Shashi Kumar here with me in commentary, to a great spectacle once the football starts as well.
Yeah, exactly. And this has, I don't think we've seen this before in a curtain raiser for the SPL. But yeah, it's a brand new season, and it's apt that, as you said, the two of the best sides in Singapore football play against each other in this curtain raiser, the Community Shield. And you're just looking at these two sides, I'm pretty excited to see how BG Tampines get along, because players have left, players have come in, a new coach as well. He's no stranger to Tampines, but a new coach nonetheless. So it's a more important game, I feel, for BG Tampines than LCS, because if you look at the LCS side, they are pretty stable. And even the players, the new players that come in, they're players of great potential, or I would say great caliber, not potential. They've already been there, done that. Players like Safwan, and Lopez up front as well. So, it's going to be very, very interesting.
As you said, with BG Tampines Rovers, it is all change, and we mean serious all change, with the Gavin Lee philosophy that's been entrenched in this club for 6 years. He's now the interim national coach. Akbar Nawas, what does he bring to the table now?
It's a good point you made about Gavin. I think he's been a tremendous servant. He's done so well for Tampines, and of course, and I said this before, pretty unlucky coaching or managing this Tampines side when the LCS,
rise.
The rise of LCS. But having said that, I spoke to Akbar, and he said he didn't want to really go too far away from the culture, the style of play maybe, but probably just tweak it here and there. But it's going to be a difficult task. Because of the players that's left. And we talk about all the big players like Sia Konori, Nakamura. These two players last season were superb, especially Konori, I feel. And and so those players that have come in, you know, players like Sega Sumi, Koya Kazama as well, and opportunity for players like Taufik Suparno, who is starting today, by the way. We've got...
That's not something he gets to do very often.
Exactly, so, you know, an opportunity perhaps.
Yeah, lots of comings and goings as well. We will tell you about that as the game progresses. Lots of signings and new rules as well, by the way. Let's not forget, for both teams and officials. And not least of which, of course, is the number of foreign signings that can now start a game. There must be 4 Singaporeans on the pitch at all times. There's increased prize money as well. We're going to have 8 teams this season playing over 3 rounds, so less matches, a lot less matches than last year. It will be a shorter season as well. We end in May of next year. This is the very first time that the Singapore Premier League will be starting in August as we move to what's known as the European calendar. But that is all for next week. Here now for the Singapore Community Shield, as we have some VIPs there from FAS, including the president of the FAS, Forrest Lee, a man who knows BG Tampines very, very well as well. Desmond Ong, the former chairman, who's now part of the FAS. It's a big deal, the Community Shield, even though we're saying curtain raiser. We even saw Rankovic there kind of playing it down. But listen, everyone wants to get off to a big deal, get off to a good start to the season. You know, some seasons, Shashi, it is counted towards a campaign. This one, obviously, it doesn't. Yeah. But you still want to get this under your belt, right?
Of course. Ask anyone out there. I'm talking about the players, even the coaches. You don't want to lose, you know. And even in a 5-a-side friendly, you want to win. So ask any of these players. They want to go out there and win a game. And of course, a marker, right, for the season. And it's good to see as well BG Tampines, you know, to see whether, you know, what kind of football they play and try to tweak it here and there against the best side, arguably, in Singapore, LCS. And they are a really, really strong side, this LCS
Lions
team.
City Sailors have won it last year, beating Albrechts Negata in the final. This is their 3rd Community Shield in 4 years. And they certainly want to make a mark. Look at that massive figure of Ivan Susak. We'll be talking about him very shortly. Here are match officials. Fahad Mohammed is the referee. Andy Tan and Shafiq Jufri will assist him. Taufik Dana is the 4th official. VAR today provided there by Andrea Virolina, and J.R. Shakraj is assisting him. So, to the starting 11s here for Lions City Sailors. New signings there. Ivan Susak, who's just come from the Croatian top flight. We have got Safwan Bardin on loan from Selang, of course, Singapore international stalwart of the national team. And I think the one that's probably grabbed all the headlines is Anderson Lopez, the Brazilian striker, who's been the top scorer in the J-League twice before. He's come from Yokohama F. Mariners. What a signing he is.
Absolutely, and you don't become 2 times J-League top scorer for nothing, you know, and I think he's going to be one to watch. And again, unlucky, isn't it, Leonard T, who was outstanding last season as well.
Finds himself on the bench. Mind you, there's still lots of games to come, so he's got nothing to worry about. Of course, they're involved in continental competition. We'll be talking about their draw a little bit later on. It's a pretty good one for Lion City Sailors, and a much tougher one for his opposite number. Rankovic will be quite pleased with the draw. He's just signed a 2-year extension as well. Reward, he's been the most successful coach they've had in their short history. Took them, of course, to the ACL2 final. Now, let's have a look at BG Tampines Rovers the on-loan goalkeeper Nalowicz in Tacharon is coming in because Shazwan Buhari, we hear, has got a niggle with his shoulder, I believe, Shasi.
Yeah, exactly, and they don't want to be putting pressure on Shazwan so early on. We've got a big game next week as well.
They've got new signings there, Seiga Sumi from the J-League, as well as Takeshi Yoshimoto and Kohio Kazama. So it was some Japanese players out, some Japanese players in. Trent Buhaja, the Maltese international, joins the side, the man who had some experience in Serie B. Akbar Nawas has come in, of course, the man who has previously been in charge of this club. A couple of other new signings on the bench for both sides. I'm sure we'll get to see a few of them tonight. There's the man in question, Anderson Lopez, which was seen as quite a coup for Lion City Sailors to grab him.
Yeah, they got a couple of players in, done brilliant business, and obviously this is one, Ivan Susak, probably the tallest person in the stadium at 2.03 meters, and well, you know, he's someone to watch as well. They've got some good players in, and don't forget they've players like Diego Costa as well, who was excellent last season. He signed on for them, so that's kind of another sign of things to come as well. We haven't even mentioned number 17, Maxime Lestienne.
Can you imagine? There we go. We got a fantastic player that, I mean, he's been by far and away the player in the last few seasons. Yeah. And you're right, we haven't even got to him. As we see Bart Ramsala there. But they are aside, Lion City Sailors, as they kick things off here in a Community Shield against PG Tampines Rovers that will fully capitalise on these new rules of having 7 foreigners. We're allowed up to 7. And that is going to work for them, I think, quite nicely, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. You know, obviously, with so many competitions to play for. And,
here's Nalowicz.
It's a high press there by Lion City Sailors.
Wow, that is high. And yeah, if Shazwan had started today, then of course that would have allowed Hide Higashikawa on the bench to have started the match as well with the foreigner rule. There's Lionel Tan. Akram. Well, as one of the 4 Singaporeans, you've really got to make a mark with your place in the starting 11.
Yeah, Akram just a little late on the follow through, but still a throw in for the Lion City Sailors.
Akram with the throw, looking for his options there. It looks for Lopez. First touch he's had. Watched a fair bit of him in the J-League. He is such a great player on his day. Can be a little temperamental. When he's in full flow, he is a joy to watch.
So many names we haven't mentioned, and Safwan is one of them.
Not a great pass from Lionel Tan. Yes, Safwan. Another one that's just slipped through, and it's the opening goal! Already, Buhaja has made his mark. Within 2 minutes, it's PG Tampines Rovers who've opened the scoring here.
Oh, it came from that mistake from Lionel in the middle, but you got to say that was a wonderful pass. This was the mistake. Good closing down from Buhaja, and this was the ball in that was played. That's a beautiful ball in, and nicely finished as well. A calm finish from Buhaja. This was the ball in from Koya Kazama. Inch perfect. Onto the path of Buhaja to make it 1-0 and his first goal of the season.
Started with Lionel's ball across, and then as he came back to defend, Buhaja just went right round it, didn't he?
Yeah.
Great pace. From the Australian-born Maltese international. Tell you what, with places at a premium here for the Singaporeans, you don't want to be making mistakes early on, do you?
That's a good point. I mean, you've got players like Harris on the bench.
Slip through as Maxime Lestienne. Yamashita, never present in the side for a few years now, deals with it well. I like the pace this is starting at, Chassis.
Yeah, exactly, and already like Buajia, the number 12 on the left-hand side. Obviously, you spoke about this, his experience at in the A-League.
Nalowicz came racing out.
Yeah, just a little bit of miscom there.
It's interesting, they've gone with a three-man defense here. Is that kept in play? Tell you what, Koya Kazama's impressed already.
Yeah, exactly.
Abu Haja. Closed down immediately.
A little unlucky there. I thought the last touch was from Buajia, but throw in should be taken by the left back, Yoshimoto. He's got Takeshi on his back.
There's Fox. Buhaja. Whoa. Teasing ball across. As you saw Glenn Quaid making a run in.
It's a very,
panicked, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a very, very good start. And at the moment, the player who's really struggling is Lionel on this right-hand side against Buajia. And play will be pulled back because last touch was the referee, Fahad. Rui Paresh was saying, let the play go on, but you can't because he did hit his foot there. So play will be pulled back.
I'll tell you a player that they're certainly going to miss, BG Tampines Rovers. You've mentioned Sei Kanori and you mentioned Kyoga Nakamura. Also Milos Jaklovic. Right? Just,
yeah.
Whether he's a central defender, whether he's a left back. He's just a really good...
Yeah, he's
and he loves to get forward and score goals.
Yeah, he's just effective in a few positions as well, you know, and I think that gives options for BG. Shah had got to be a little bit stronger there.
Song Woo-young. Now Maxime Lestienne whips it in straight to Nalowicz.
And what an occasion for Nalowicz as well. He's only 21. Probably not expected to start this game, and he's starting it.
Yeah.
And left footer. That's not a bad ball for Buajia, but yeah, he started the game pretty well.
Not sure many people had BG Tampines Rovers leading after 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Good to see that other stand as well, that fast end.
Yeah.
Nicely filled up as well. Ramsala has to drop. Costa finds some space there. Ramsala down that left-hand side. Tried to cut it back. And that is a foul.
Yeah, that's beautifully read there. Cut back by Shahiran, the new skipper for BG Tampines. But it's very interesting to see Sega Sumi on a man-to-man on Bart Ramsala, but Bart Ramsala there just ran away from him. So many battles on the pitch already. You can see it. Buajia against Lionel, Sumi against Bart Ramsala.
Now Safwan. Pires. Diogo Costa. Ramsala.
Yes, this has been a very good defensive start from BG Tampines. They're very compact. They know exactly what they're doing at the moment, at least. Probably well drilled.
Oh, Shash has just stolen everything I was about to ask him. But I'm glad we're thinking on the same lines here. As Lion City say, let's come forward. Lestienne, little shimmy there. Now, did he think he was fouled?
I know, I think Fox does well there.
Yeah.
He just got across just in time, probably got a nick to the ball as well. And, It's good play from Lopez. Took his compatriot in there.
Look at the pace there. He goes down belatedly. Oh, that is not a good coming together. You got to say, that looked really bad as Costa and Nalovic actually smashed into each other there.
I tell you what, I think there was a foul on Diego Costa,
Yeah.
wasn't it? Just take a look at the pull, a slight pull there. There you go. Was that Irfan Najib? Oh, then the clash between Nalovic and Diego Costa.
Did he take a little bit of time here? Did he make too much of it?
Maybe not enough for a foul by Irfan Najib, but
You don't want to be risking that, do you?
exactly, because he just tried to impede the movement of Diego Costa. Interesting to see what the referee has given. For a moment there, I thought he's given a penalty.
No, they're having a look, aren't they?
Yeah, that's what Rankovic is saying. That was a slight tug on Diego Costa.
Thankfully, Shashi, it's one of those that looked a lot worse than it was. I'm talking about the collision. And now, that's the point that Rankovic is making here. He felt there was enough to work. You weren't entirely convinced, were you?
At first glance, in real time, I thought it was a foul. But just looking at that again,
okay, let's have another look.
But that was definitely contact, or Irfan Najib did try to.
Feels like he's made a bit out of that, hasn't he?
Yeah.
But I think your point is, what you're trying to get at as well is, why even give them a decision to make, right?
Yeah, I think it's a goal kick. Yeah, it's not a penalty. Probably the right decision.
Whenever a defender is raising their hands in the box,
yeah, exactly,
just running that risk.
A little lucky there from Irfan Najib. You don't want to be risking that as well as risking a red card if something like that happens.
Well, great pace by Costa, by the way, as well.
Great start to the game, actually.
Oh yeah, it's been. It feels like a league game. Just the intensity we've seen. Yamashita launches that forward.
That's probably, we've played, what, 10 minutes or so. We've seen a slight change to, I wouldn't say a slight change, a change in the way BG Tampines are playing as compared to Kevin Ball, if you want to say that.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more direct. They're just trying to go forward as quickly as possible.
Because there was a lot of sideways, wasn't there, before?
So very interesting.
Here's Maxime Lestien. Well overcooked that one.
Yeah, just overplayed that one, looking for Bartram's last run. Irfan Najib there, just not getting back in time. If the ball had been a right one, be gone in front. Nalovic at the back started the game so confidently with the ball at his feet, but ball has gone out now. He's having a conversation with Shuya Yamashita. They're still having that conversation. Okay, there you go. If you can't do anything, just play it long to the sides. Probably the right advice.
Oh, he's done very, very nicely there, Kazama.
he heard Shuya Yamashita, has taken his advice. Yeah, Koya Kazama, he's 32 years old, so probably the most experienced of their foreigners. He had a stint in German football in 2012 as well.
Yeah.
In Chiba United in J2, so lots of experience there, and he's already shown it with that assist.
Played with the likes of Kawasaki Frontale and Jeff United Chiba, as you mentioned there. So that's top flight J-League sides. pinged in that one. Sharper passing. Here's Lestien. That's what he says. Oh, what a turn there. Has he just shown a bit too much of the ball? He has. Taufik gets it off him. There's Shah.
Need support here.
Yeah, he's done very, very well there. Takeshi Yoshimoto clears. They got themselves out of trouble quite nicely in the end.
Yeah, exactly. Good work there from Shah Shahiran, the skipper. Another poor ball from Lionel. He hasn't been at the races, Lionel. No pressure at all that time. Just playing it to a BG Tampines player.
There's a very quiet confidence about BG Tampines Rovers at the moment, isn't there?
Yeah. And this will also give them confidence, you know, going into the season. I think that's why it's so important, this game, for both sides, but for BG Tampines as well. What a ball.
Fantastic ball to Bahaja. Doing just enough there, Song Wei-yong.
Just got on the wrong side of Akram there. Kazama.
Akram is taken out. Here's Costa. Or rather, Ramsala now Costa. It's a bit of a slip. Segasumi finds Kazama.
Song there is quite a poor challenge, I gotta say. There's no way he's gonna get to that ball. Just went right behind his man, Kazama. Ball from Sumi, out from defense. There you go, just lunging at it. It's pretty
good challenge, isn't it? It's a hurry clearance there from Lionel Tan. Dylan Fox. Shuya Yamashita. Nice little touch on there from Yoshimoto. Nice on the ball so far from BG Tampines Rovers.
This looks like the old BG. As in having lots of possession. Good ball in.
A lovely ball in. Yoshimoto. And almost trickled its way to Taufik Suparno. It's a corner here for BG Tampines Rovers.
Yeah, the deflection nearly put the ball in for Taufik Suparno, who's lurking into the penalty area. Probably that's a ploy from BG Tampines to play it low, because Taufik Suparno is not the tallest of strikers, so just trying to drill the ball low. This is Glenn.
Seen too much of Glenn Quay just yet in this match. Interesting with that corner. Not sure what they were kind of thinking there. Referee anyway intervened. Let's see who's actually going to take it this time. It's going to be Glenn Quay. The header's over. Yamashita not too far away.
Yeah, that's a chance, you know. Yamashita probably could have done better against Safwan as well. Yeah, that check just beats Safwan. Oh, I tell you what, that's a chance. That's a great chance for Yamashita to put it, or to make it 2-1, or 2-0 rather.
Well, we've had the goal, and
yeah,
the next best chance, would you say?
Yeah, exactly.
Here's Akram. Diogo Costa. Bart Ramsala. He's got Sumi right in his tail. Will be a corner.
He's been doing a good job so far. Sumi in the middle of midfield, just having that man marking role whenever they lost possession on Bart Ramsala.
Akram Asman gets the ball across in the end. Wow, a bit slow there. Lestienne was quicker to the ball ahead of Shah Shahiran. Lionel Tan, as LCS try to carve out an opportunity here. Haven't really done so up till now. 20 minutes nearly on the clock. Dakovic. Here's Akram. Now Song. A lot of attention paid there to Lestienne, who felt he was being manhandled by Yoshimoto.
Yeah, I think it was the right decision as well. It's good defending. Probably Maxime Lestienne was leaning on him more than anything else.
Pires. Ramsala spreads it out to Akram. There's a lot of space for him here at the moment. They wing back. And that's far too close to the keeper, Nalovic.
Yeah, not the best in terms of quality on the ball. No pressure at all again from Akram.
Just looking a bit devoid at the moment of ideas to get through this very organised BG Tampines Rovers outfit.
Yeah, they just need to get those players, those big players, Ramsala, Lopez, as well as probably Diego Costa into the picture, the attacking sense.
Too much so far from Anderson Lopez either. He's not really had much to feed on. Here's Sumi. Slips that through to Kazama. It's absolutely massive, isn't he, Ivan Susak? Putting a lot of pressure there on Izwan Mahmoud for that #1 spot now. Zarfan Rohaizad has been sent out on loan. See the run there from Bart Ramsala. Here's Costa, not taking that option. You know, sometimes, Shasi, it wasn't the prettiest football in the world from LCS, and a lot of people conflate the riches of this club with somehow playing a certain type of football. But it's what's most effective, isn't it? That's what's got them their rewards.
Absolutely, but I thought, especially in the first half of the season last season, I don't think they probably played the best football.
Yeah.
But probably BG Tampines played the best football.
Yeah. Shot straight at Nalovic.
But, you know,
they were getting results.
Yeah, and as the season went on, there was momentum, they're winning games, and then, you know, they played with a little bit more freedom, I feel, and in the end, they're the best side who won it.
They certainly captured the imagination, didn't they, in May when they got to that ACL 2 final, and they're hoping for more success in the competition, helped of course by the fact that they've got a favourable draw for the group stages. It'll be a Southeast Asian affair. They've avoided teams from China, Japan, Australia and Korea, the bigwigs. They've got Bangkok United, Selangor, of course, that's Safwan's club, and Persib Bandung from Indonesia. And then you look at PG Tampines Rovers, Pohang Steelers of Korea, the PG Batam United, which I think will be interesting, and Kai FC Iloilo of the Philippines.
Tell you what, I just love the work of Sega Sumi in the middle of the park at the moment. You know, I think he's very assured, knows exactly what he's doing. And again, I've been critical of BG Tampines in the past with them lacking that defensive midfielder. And at the moment, they've got one, but they've got to do this. There you go again.
Stopped Song Wei-yong there. Here's Costa. Puts a cross in. dealt with quite well.
Yeah, Yamashita's header coming off Anderson Lopez's head there, straight to goalkeeper. Shoulder.
Nice touch on there to Lopez, who's got close attention there from Yamashita, who didn't feel like he did much there. Wrong.
Yeah, a little unlucky there. Yamashita probably got the ball as well there. Interesting to see the replay. That was a good, clever touch. Yeah, probably a foul there.
Yamashita felt there was a little bit of play acting going on, and
he's just looking at Diego Lopez's socks there. Is there a template for that?
Yeah, it's the Jude Bellingham look, isn't it? You're a former player. Come on, you tell me what's going on here.
I don't know.
I'm still trying to figure out what air conditioning. Right, we got Bart Ramselaar here with a free kick. Could be a big test here for Nalovic, perhaps, who's sorting his wall out. This 21-year-old starting today ahead of Shazwan Buhari, who has got a shoulder niggle, and with the amount of football that's going to be played, and we mentioned continental action there as well, they're not taking any risks. Could well be Maxime Lestienne. It is Lestienne. The wall does its job. Lionel Tan gets it out to Akram, who's done very well here. Akram. Glenquay heads it away. Now Dakovic. Pires. Costa with the ball in. Song, he gets there first. Oof. And that's good keeping there from Nalovic.
Yeah, very, very brave. Actually, both of them were very brave. I think the ball was there to be won. It's a ball that's put in a very, very good area there.
Listen, this young man, I think he's had a pretty good start, hasn't he, to his career in Singapore?
I think so. He's very, very confident on the ball as well. Just loves his the balls on his feet and then trying to drill it forward.
We have a couple of players on loan from BG Pathum United, of course, with their connection to this club. Nalovic and Witawat.
Thumbs up for Nalovic as well. He should be okay. He better be okay, because Shazwan has to be here.
Yeah,
well.
they certainly don't want to.
Yeah.
There's only one keeper on the bench. He is okay. Nalovic. Here's Shashahiran. Just quietly going about his business. Fox. Now, Yoshimoto. That was a good challenge from Taufik. He's had a little bit of payback there from Song Wei-yong, who felt he was fouled initially.
I think the first one was the right call. The second one, I don't think it was a foul as well from Song. This was a good challenge, I feel. He got the ball. And then Song as well, I think he got the ball. There you go.
Yeah, so his a little feeling of injustice there. Could these two sides be contesting in the Singapore Cup final again? We just had that final, didn't we? A 1-0 to Lion City Sailors. I think BG Tampines Rovers, by their own admission, will know that they weren't at their very best on the day. LCS doing enough to win that trophy, the double.
Safwan all the way there in that position on Kazama, giving away a foul.
Glenn Quay, the throw in again. As I said earlier, we just not too much seen of Glenn Quay. Would you say, Shasi, that perhaps a vulnerability of BG Tampines Rovers is that there was no focal point, an out-and-out striker? Hide Higashikawa was only on loan until the end of December, from what we're understanding. Has put through, yeah, Buhaja. He's taking his time for the shots into the side netting. It's going to be a corner.
Yeah, I think it was the last touch from Safwan. He does well to just come across, but Buhaja probably had an option in the middle. Again, this was great passing movement there. And then could he have put it with his left foot? Opted for the shot with his right foot. Just going back to your point of having a focal point, and probably Hide Higashikawa should have or would have played if Shazwan Buhari started this game. So, you know, we've got to take a look at that as well.
We had Itsuki Inomoto and Seiya Kunori. Before that, Boris Kapitovic.
So, you know, it's about managing the squad with the 7 foreigner rule. And again, do you play all 7 foreigners as well? You know, some might opt not to. You know, so it's about managing the team, the squad, and
well, you look at this Lion City Sailors side. Obviously, 7 today. Leonard T is on the bench. Oh, I'll tell you what, there was time for a shot. That's a good save from Ivan Susak. Now, I was right at him, but there were so many players in front of him, and it was hit with real venom.
I think it was a superb shot from Irfan Najib on the volley there. But before that, I think you were alluding to the fact that there could be a foul. Coolly done from Takeshi Yoshimoto there at the back.
At the moment, Shasi, is it fair to say BG Tampines Rovers are the side that's looking the likely at the moment to get the next goal in this game?
Even from set-piece situations, Lion City Sailors, not really convincing for a side that has probably the bigger players. Really dealt with it.
Just after the half-hour mark, if you've just joined us for the Community Shield, it is 1-0 to BG Tampines Rovers inside 2 minutes. Trent Buhaja, the new signing, with the only goal so far. Diogo Costa. Irfan Najib is tracking him.
Does just enough there. This was that Rui Pires there?
Yeah, it was.
Right in front of the referee as well. Was there contact with his own player? You know, that's the only contention. But that was a great shot from Irfan Najib.
I understand that wasn't really even a check for that. I tell you what, that was a good shot from Irfan.
Yeah, for a defender.
Yeah, and either side of the goalkeeper, you have to think that could well have been a goal.
Nelavic there. That would be a pass out. Didn't look like a foul on Taufik Suparno, not given.
Given. The intensity has not abated yet, which is pleasing, of course, for us. Here's Song Wei-young. Now Lionel Tan. Here's Akram. Thought better of going forward. Tofik just trying to chase down. Pirash out wide to Costa. Here's Bart Ramsala. They are finding it hard to break down. It's pretty resolute BG Tampines Rovers.
Exactly, it's great work actually. Even looking at Borgia down the left-hand side, working his socks off, tracking back, being in a good position.
Song Wei-young. Look, they'll be happy if that kind of thing happens all night.
Exactly, you know, that's a good point. You know, just crossing from those areas is very difficult, especially in terms of the angle.
Nalowicz smashes that clear. I think he was looking ready to pick that up for a second before it was a back pass. Akram. Now Dakovic. Where do you think are the sort of rare moments of joy so far for LCS, Shasi?
Well, it has come very early on in the game on the left-hand side with Diego Costa. Probably they'll have a little bit of joy down the wings if Diego Costa can find his way there.
That should sail over for a goal kick.
Not a bad ball, but again, the angle from there, it's not going to work for the attacking player. Akram this time has made his way in from that right wing-back position. And Yoshimoto does well there.
What have you liked? I think you've alluded to the organisation. What have you liked so far about BG Tampines Rovers in these first 35?
Well, I think obviously defensive organisation and in possession as well. You know, I like some individual players in there. You know, Kazama has been good. Shah obviously doing his thing, but also the defensive work of Sega Asumi. I just like him in that position, just holding it in midfield. Just snuffing out the danger. Oh, it's an intelligent ball, actually, Lestienne. Nobody reading that ball.
He's been the busier of the two, but he's not been troubled, has he?
He has that confidence as well. Look at that pass in.
No foul, says Farhad Mohammed. They're just pressing a little higher now suddenly, LCS. Yamashita takes it on, Ramsala. Oh, that could have gone anywhere. It's going to be a corner.
Yeah, deflection there. Almost beat Nalovic.
At the moment, the only time that they look a little shaky is when they try to play it out from the back.
Yeah, and that wasn't the best of headers from Yamashita. In the end, his deflection took it out. And there he apologizes as well for that header.
Less than 10 to go in this first half. We will have a different type of at a time from now on. More of that in just a while. Costa.
That's good closing down. Man on the ball. And again, we've been really critical, not only for, in general, I have to say, of wide players, wide defenders not closing down crosses. And so far, BG Tampines has done that pretty well.
Ball is stood up. Here's Buhaja. He thinks there's a foul, and he will get one. Song Wei-young.
And again, that was a weird header from Lionel. He had to hit it in front, and instead, that is the header. I mean, what was he trying to do? Just cushioned it nicely for Borgia, and that's definitely a foul. Song.
But there was no pressure as well.
Exactly.
On Lionel Tan. Well, Lionel and quite a few players in these two teams will be involved with the national side, playing Malaysia on on September 4th. So they look to fine-tune their preparation for the Asian Cup qualifiers, playing India next in October. And Gavin Lee, of course, the former coach, head coach of BG Tampines Rovers. I'm sure he's looking on somewhere, Shasi, at this game.
No, of course, I'm sure. A number of local players playing as well now, four from each side. So it's got to really look at these players playing.
There's Sumi. Oh, he's done well. Taufik. Dispossessed.
He's done has to do better there, Taufik. All he needs to do is just play back and lost it. But here comes PG again. Sumi with a ball. It's a great ball in.
Haja's here, our goal scorer. Finds Yoshimoto. A 1-2. Yoshimoto's not going to get there, is he? Oh, that's cleared off the line. That could have been two.
That was class again and again. Just take a look at that pass from Kazama. It's nicely weighted. Take a look at this pass. The 1-2. There you go. And his first touch wasn't the best, but still he did well enough to get the ball past Susak.
They've created all the chances, Shasi.
Yeah.
Hoiked away there by Lionel Tan.
Just see this nice small triangle down this left-hand side with Borgia, Kazama and Yoshimoto, the left back.
Shahiran. Back to Dylan Fox. Look, as entertaining as it's been and as good as they've been, as impressive as BG Tampines Rovers have looked, they need to get another goal. Here comes Yoshimoto. It's got behind the defence here. Yoshimoto, could he have released earlier? He's still got another chance, perhaps. It's going to be a corner.
Again, it's that triangle down this left-hand side. Takeshi, Kazama, started by Shahiran. He just probably waited a little bit too long. But he's been really good at left back. Takeshi Yoshimoto.
It's been a bit last gasp defending, hasn't it, at times from LCS. Yeah, the point I was making, Shasi, is they need to get another goal.
Oh, of course.
It's great that they are creating these chances, but if we're looking at XG right now, I mean, it could be quite high at the moment for BG Tampines Rovers. Header was on target, but no real problems there. It's smashed away. Here's Yoshimoto. There's Kazama. Nalovic. Almost 60% of the ball with LCS. They get behind again. This could be another goal. It is! And it's Treble Hadja again. Another fantastic strike here for BG Tampines Rovers. And the Maltese forward.
What a ball that was from Sega Sumi. Look at that ball. In behind Akram, was struggling to get back. And the finish as well. As calm as you like. Hit up and that ball in. His first touch was a good one as well. He put it inside of Akram instead on the outside. Knew exactly what he was doing.
Look at that shape, Shasi.
Oh, it's brilliant. They've been clinical. Probably the better side as well.
Oh, we were talking about them needing a second at least.
They hurt you.
And they've got one.
Yeah, it's a goal. They're probably checking for offside, maybe.
It's just a good goal, isn't it? But two fantastic passes as well to Bahaja.
Yeah.
That weighted pass from Kazama, and a beautiful ball over the top from Sumi.
Yeah, and
you enjoyed this, haven't you?
And he's got a finish as well, Bahaja.
Yeah.
So now we know.
Absolutely right.
And I think they've got that balance as well. You know, defensively they're good, and then when they do get a chance, you know, they've got those players to score.
Well, this is dreamland stuff from BG Tampines Rovers. And LCS have a corner here.
And in a way, I think Akbar was speaking to me on the SPL preview, and I think he was crediting Gavin for
Trent
Bahagia's acquisition for BG Tampines. So
that is not the greatest corner you'll ever see.
yeah, it's a wasted one.
There's a man of the moment with 2 goals, Trent Bahagia. Came from the Azerbaijan League. Team called Kapaz.
Yeah, it's another long ball looking for Taufik Suparno from Shah Shahiran.
And this, back to your earlier point, that you said, was the more direct play under Akbar.
Yes, and why not? You know, there's sometimes too many passes and defenses get organized, but you know, sometimes just play it quickly, play it direct, and you get over the defense quickly.
Well, we talked about the added time. It's going to be 6 minutes here now. Referees have been told there's kind of a stop clock now for stoppages, so going to get a more accurate timing on this. Oh, that didn't look good, I have to say. Dylan Fox is down. A couple of players down, in fact.
Listen, that has got to be a yellow card for me, Anderson Lopez. It's a terrible foul.
That's what Fox is saying.
And they're complaining about, you know, put the ball out, but it's not up to the players. It's up to the referee to stop the game.
That doesn't justify.
Exactly. It's a poor challenge from Anderson Lopez, and this was the one that hits Rui Pires. And I think they're entitled to play on. Look at that. That's a terrible challenge. You know, if you go back to it, he's got to be carded for that. It's a terrible challenge from Lopez. That's what Fox is saying.
Yeah, he is making a very valid point here. Look, there's often an impression or a feeling that because it's a curtain raiser rather than perhaps there's a bit more leeway given. A foul's a foul though, right?
And don't play with referees. No, that's the point, isn't it?
Plus someone gets injured.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, you've got to take action. Well, look, we've had about 2 minutes, so 4 more to go in this first half. Ivan Susak could be called into action here with this free kick. Glenn Quay takes it, doesn't get past Anderson Lopez. Maxime Lestienne. Again, not someone who's really managed to get to the thicker things today. Not yet, anyway. Song Wei-yong, Ramsala. And you've got all the Tampines players back now.
Well, the Lion City Sailors are not champions for nothing, so you expect a response in the second half at least, or even from now onwards. But you know, they've got players, special players. At the moment, this guy is a little bit special. It's Nalawich has been outstanding at the back, actually, in goal. Look at the pass.
That pretty much sums him up in this first half, and the confidence actually of this whole BG Tampines Rovers team, the way they're playing at the moment. They've been defensively solid, Chassis. They're happy to take the attack to LCS when they need to. They've picked their moments, haven't they?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, nicely done there, playing off the back.
Look at this, the amount of space in midfield. Look at that. Surging forward, needed to be better control. Made the best of it though, Glenn Quay.
Costa had to be really strong there, and he wasn't.
Now on the counter, Maxime Lestien. Look at that from Buhagias, doing some good defensive work. Excellent. Lionel Tan. Now Song. Ramsala. Left foot. Was there a touch there by Nalovic? It was.
Yeah, I think there was a touch from Nalovic. Good save, but it's brilliant end-to-end stuff. Yeah.
What a game we're having.
Yeah, exactly, but just love the work of Buhagia there. You just take a look at the way he's come back and tried to defend it, but that was the shot from Ramsala. Great save. They don't want to be conceding now.
No, absolutely not. You're right.
Talking about momentum, and that's a great turn from Kazama.
Well, for those keen football watchers, there was a similar type of match just a few days ago where the lesser fancied side took a 2-0 lead only to lose it right at the end, and the higher fancied side finally got into action, got into gear. So LCS, they're going to have a lot to do, Chassis, and I think there's going to be quite the intense chat at half-time from Rankovic. He's not going to be happy with what he's seen so far, surely, even if this is not a league match.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I think they've been pretty poor going forwards as well. You know, the execution of passes, maybe the final ball, not there. Probably just look a little bit rusty.
Just a few seconds left, and yeah, of course, they just want to play it around now. They don't want to lose control of the ball, manage this nicely. Yamashita. Out wide to Buhagia, who's been the player that stood out really in this first half. There's 2 goals and wonderful work rate. That's a good ball in, soft one. Clears it out for a corner. We have one more bit of action before the break.
Again, that ball tells me that, you know, they've been working on those low crosses, because he hasn't put one ball that's higher than a waist level.
That's true. Good point.
Yoshimoto.
Until Shashai on there. So we've had the 6 minutes now. Is there a chance for one more attack here from LCS? No, there isn't. Farad Mohammed calls time on a very, very entertaining first half. And we've had goals at either end of it. Trent Buhagia has got them both after being set up from 2 new Japanese signings for BG Tampines Rovers, who have played some very good football here. Lion City Sailors have looked rusty, and they need to wake themselves out of that slumber, because at the moment there's only one team in this. BG Tampines Rovers leading 2-0 at the break against Lion City Sailors in the Community Shield. We'll be back with highlights and analysis. It's halftime here at Jurong East Stadium. The Community Shield is going on right now with Lion City Sailors 2-0 down against BG Tampines Rovers. It's been a very entertaining game, especially if you're a BG Tampines Rovers fan. Shasi, this was a mistake started by Lionel Tan, and he was there at the end as Bohaja goes round him.
Yeah, I tell you what, just looking at this again, it's a double mistake, because the first mistake was him giving the ball away. And then just take a look at his positioning as well. He wasn't aware that Bohaja was just on his back there. Just took a glance, but still, he needed to do better there from that side, because he was still, you know, in an advantageous position. But Bohaja, take nothing away from that finish. He was the most outstanding player on the pitch in that first half.
That was just the second minute. And then on the 17th, you felt, actually, Shuya Yamashita should have got this on target.
Yeah, exactly, and he got the better of Safwan with that just little check there, and then he came forward, attacked the ball, should have made it 2-0 there, just got below the ball.
Bohaja here with a chance that in the end Safwan came back to cover, but maybe a little too long on the ball.
They're actually just looking at that again. It's the support came a little bit too late there. Just take a look at that. No one in support, and probably went for the safer bet, trying to go for goal.
Now off this corner, we felt there might have been a shout for a penalty before the foul on Taufik, but a great snapshot from Irfan.
Yeah, exactly, and it wasn't really looked at there. Taufik Suparno. Just take a look at this again. Take a look at Suparno. Yeah, that's a foul. Rui Perez, but Irfan Najib with a superb volley there. Good save, and this was the goal. Second one. What a ball from that man there, Sumi. Good first touch from Bohaja, and then that finish, just calmly done.
I want to ask you about Akram there, because this time he was the one near Bohaja. Any blame to put on him?
Yeah, exactly, and again, it's just about positioning, but as soon as you know that Sumi had so much time on the ball, he's always going to play that long ball, so that the defense has got to drop off together in a line, and that didn't come, so good finish.
The one really decent chance they had right at the end here of this first half, but Ramsala getting a save there out of Nalovic, who's been brilliant in this first half.
Yeah, we talked about brilliant plays, and there were a couple in that first half from BG Tampines. And Nalovic was one of them, just tipping the ball over the bar this time round.
We'll have a look at the stats here. It's not going to be pleasant reading if you are a Lion City Sailors fan. You might have a little bit more of the possession, but what have you done with it, Shasi, is the important question.
Absolutely. And I thought BG Tampines going forwards were dangerous whenever they went forward. Some good plays, good attacking play, good long balls as well from Sega Sumi. They look a little bit more balanced as well, BG Tampines this year. And lots to play for in the second half. And you would suspect that Lion City Sailors would come out fighting in the second half.
So let's remind you, next week will be the SPL opening weekend. 3 matches for you. This year, of course, it'll be Friday to Mondays will be a lot of the matches. Albrecht Nagata play Bannister Khalsa. That's right here at Jurong East Stadium. Then BG Tampines Rovers are in action against Geylang International. That's the Eastern Derby at our Tampines hub, which is also the host to Lion City Sailors versus Hougang. Of course, Bishan Stadium is being redone at the moment. All matches this year are kicking off at 7:30 p.m. instead of the 6 p.m. we had last year. We are going to take a break. When we return, it will be the second half of this Community Shield match. So second half will get underway very shortly here at the Community Shield. Lion City Sailors are trailing here 2-0 to BG Tampines Rovers. And we are already getting news that there will be a few changes. These fans watching on there, I think we heard earlier that the proceeds going to Singapore Cancer Society. And I got to say that a very good point there made by the coach of Lion City Sailors, Alexander Rankovic. Let's also remember there's a good cause behind tonight's match as well.
Yeah, of course, and it's not only about football this evening, but football-wise, Lion City Sailors trailing 2-0. Trent Boajia with 2 well-taken goals.
Well, Lion City Sailor fans will be a little perturbed at the moment at what they're seeing, Shasi. It's been ineffective. It's been, I think you used the word rusty earlier, which I thought was quite a good word.
Yeah, but let's not, or let's give credit to the BG Tampines side.
Yeah.
I think they set out very well. They've got good balance as well in the middle of the park. And again, I think we spoke about probably the difference from last season or from past seasons. You know, I think they're going direct a little bit more this time round. And Sega Sumi, the number 7, was pretty impressive in that first half. Can play it short, can play it long as well. Just got that range of passing. Here comes the substitutions.
Akram Asman and Lionel Tan are off. And in their place, Hami Shahin and Haris Harun, 2 Singaporeans off, 2 Singaporeans on. Remember, you always have to have 4 Singaporeans on the pitch. And yeah, take us through what your thoughts on those changes.
Yeah, and Haris Harun, obviously he comes in, he steps in as the skipper as well. Very experienced, probably with Hami Shahin, probably a little bit unlucky not to start today. I thought he was one of the unsung heroes last season, Hami Shahin, and he takes over from Akram. But got to say, Lionel Tan was pretty poor in that first half. And Hami Shahin can play anywhere. Today he's going at right wing back.
What do you think of that?
Yeah, he's done that before.
He's done that before.
Yeah, he's done that before, and probably in possession he'd come in a little bit. But let's not forget he's got to deal with Trent Boajia, who was really impressive in that first half.
Well, Rankovic said that last year the Community Shield set the tone for a very good season. And he said it may not be a major trophy to some, but LCS are treating it with the same respect as any other competition and taking this game extremely seriously. So you'd imagine there might have been some pretty harsh words said. Try and get a reaction out of the side. Let's see if that comes to pass. It's been very encouraging so far from BG Tampines Rovers. Tafik Suparna was there, a little arm out there.
I don't know, it's nah, it's just unlucky, you know. He didn't go out there to swing an arm or anything like that.
International teammates, Tafik and Safwan. Is Haris. Now Tony Dakovic up to Diogo Costa. Got past one challenge there. Oh, any kind of touch from Anderson Lopez, that could well have been their first goal.
Yeah, not the best of first touch from Diogo Costa, but he made up for it with a cross. It's whipped in.
Not sure what that was, but it's back with LCS. Now Maxime Lestienne slips it through to Song Woo-yong. There's a couple of hands up for offside, none given. Not yet anyway.
Yeah, just Shah Shahiran did well just to cover his man there as the player went across. Good defending.
You've quite liked him, hasn't you?
Yeah.
In fact, you've been quite impressed with all the new signings.
Exactly. The foreign signings has been really good for BG Tampines until he gave the ball away there.
Everything so far has been fairly straightforward for Nala, which is one big save he made towards the end of the first half. This is sometimes where they get themselves into a bit of trouble and they're trying to play out. Taufik looking at the referee for some assistance. He's not giving any. Now Lestienne couldn't quite control the ball. Hami. Safwan. Here's Dakovic. Safwan, another one like Hamishan, can play pretty much anywhere. Stands the ball up and couldn't take any chances there, Yoshimoto.
Yeah, LCS, as expected, going forwards in the second half. A little bit more intense, showing a little bit more urgency, perhaps.
Foul there.
Because I'm a plate for the foul. Wasn't getting any help from the referee.
Here's Hami. Perez. Now Dakovic. Here's Safwan. Maxime Lestienne stands the ball up again and easily dealt with by Irfan. Dakovic goes down the line. Saw a lot of instructions there being given by Alexander Rankovic, who did say that in order to top last season, they'd have to win ACL2. I think it was tongue-in-cheek a little bit. He said he has to manage expectations, block the outside noise that's coming in. Here's Ramsala.
Saw Glenn there just pulled up a little bit, just stopped running. He must have got an injury.
Will that be a concern? No changes, by the way, for BG Tampines Rovers at half-time, so...
Yeah, there's Taufik Subarno does well to win aside a free kick there. There you go. Gleno is just cramps.
Cramp. But it might just prompt something like a Hida Higashikawa perhaps and move Taufik Subarno to Glenn Kuei's position. That's just a thought. And there we are, in fact, going to have Glenn Kuei off and Joel Chu is going to come on.
Yeah, it has to be a one-for-one local. So.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. So yeah, Glenn Quay makes a lot of sense. We've also got, remember, Jacob Mahler has been signed by BG Tampines Rovers. It's another name to just keep in mind, not anywhere near the same kind of position, of course, but good to see him back in Singapore.
Yeah, I think we speak about Glenn today. I think he's had to defend quite a lot, you know, and
Yeah.
probably that's why he's just worked his socks off defensively, and not a bad replacement at all, Joel Chu.
Yeah, good one to have for sure. Nalowicz, look at that, just a very confident kick out. Costa. Susak clears. Kazama. Away by Yamashita. Costa. Pocket of space here for Song Wei-yong. That's intercepted by Yoshimoto. Now Bohajia, we haven't seen much of him so far in these early minutes of the second half. Dakovic does enough.
Yeah, every time they go forward, they go with purpose, and you know, they're just going a little bit quicker, more direct, BG Tampines, whenever they win the ball. And now they're slowly back into shape as well.
Lestienne. Yamashita's there. That is Sumi. Now Joel Chu. It's amazing how Japanese players come to Singapore and it's almost immediate the way they just seamlessly transition so well here, Shashi. That just speaks volumes for the country system.
Exactly, and they're very adaptable as well. So you're just right. You know, they just come in here and they're just playing like they've been playing here for a very, very long time.
Yeah.
So comfortable on the ball, technically brilliant, and tactically as well. Know exactly what they're doing, what is required of that position.
Yamashita, oh, just a great ball across again to Yoshimoto. Bahajia. Yes, Sumi. Congested, isn't it? Sumi plays that ball over the top. They turn around to the assistant. None coming, the flag. Taufik. Joel Chu.
Yeah, why not? He went for the far post curler. It was just all short and very pedestrian, and then the ball went up over for Kazama, who made that run. Sumi just spotting that pass.
Tough one. It's a very strong bench that they have. Firepower in the shape of Ndege, their new signing, Shawal Anwar, Leonard T. Plenty of options. contact on that. Anderson Lopez. Sumi trying to force his way through. Kazama. Jersey is yanked.
Yeah, it was good footwork from Sega Sumi there in the middle. Very tight space there, just got past Kazama. Kazama knew exactly what he was doing there. Rovers Perez was just behind him. Went the other way around.
Song Wei-Yong. And Irfan gets it maybe just ahead of Ramsala.
Yeah, I think the referee made the right decision there. That wasn't a foul. He's got to the ball first.
Man City Sailors players feeling that should have got something. And here's the new player, Tiandenge.
Yeah, this was the challenge. Yeah, there's no touch at all.
There is going to be that change now. Tiandenge then about to come on. German Cameroonian midfielder for Rui Perez. Opportunity to get as many of these guys a bit of a run out.
It's probably a one-for-one change. Tiandenge coming in and he's capped 20 times for German under-20s. And obviously 85 appearances for Grasshoppers, so lots of quality in there as well.
Absolutely. Grasshopper, a very established team in Switzerland. Had a stint with Borussia Mönchengladbach as well in Germany. Roda as well in the Netherlands.
Yeah, unlucky there, Datkovic. I thought that was as well a 50-50 one. Yeah, just a shove. So you can see just a shove on Taufik Suparno. Right call in the end from the referee.
Well, the crew are still going strong.
It's a good position here, I gotta say. We've got Kazama and Yoshimoto smiling.
Yeah, I was just about to say, it's all very positive at the moment. They're enjoying themselves out there. Why not?
A four-man wall. No, now it's five.
Oh.
Nope. Four with Ramsala just breaking away.
Kazama! He's called that into the top corner! It's 3, would you believe? They certainly do, these fans. A superb free kick from their new signing, Koya Kazama.
Well, now you know why he was smiling, because he's done this probably every single time in training sessions. Look at that, it's absolutely brilliant, right in the corner. And you can be 2.03 meters tall, you're not getting there at all.
Well, that is a fantastic goal. They've all been great goals today. 3-0. Now, have you cast your mind back, by the way, as to big results for Lion City, for BG Tampines Rovers? There was a 5-0 back in 2024, 18th of July, when BG Tampines Rovers got a massive win that day. Boris Kapitovic with a couple. Glenn Quay got on the score sheet. Faris Ramli, Irfan Najib. Actually, all the goals were scored within a 10-minute spell, which is another incredible fact. But yeah, that is quite something. But to be 3-0 up here, Shasi, this is a really, really good basis. You were saying this is the match for them, as we see this corner.
And even Akbar said that this was to see where, you know, how they match up to the champions, and just looking forward to the season. And that's your answer, you know. But obviously it's a long season, but you know, if you just go by this as a gauge, then everything is possible.
Yeah, you don't want to get the hopes up too much of the BG Tampines Rovers fans, because they've been there, done that before, haven't they? They started last season, well, in fact, they start many seasons quite well and then fade away. But they've played some really good stuff today, and right now they're going to be enjoying their moment. Half an hour or so in this match to go. That's given away. Ramsala, now Lopez. Not really had an opportunity today. Maxime Lestienne! Keeper does just enough. Put it right back into the middle of the pitch. That's great work from Buhagia's giving the ball away himself, though. Lopez. Ndenge wanted the ball back. That was his first contribution. Was there a foul there on Hami Shahid? Lestienne is furious at the moment. He felt there was. I think some of the fans also making their feelings known. Rovers also going to make a change, and it looks now at 3-0 with about half an hour to go. They are setting their stall out quite clearly with the change that's about to happen.
Yeah,
and you can't blame them.
Yeah, why not? You know, you're up by 3-0, and looks like Taufik Suparno is coming off, and Amirul Adli, player coming on. Probably Koya Kazama.
5 at the back now.
Yeah, and Koya Kazama can play up top.
Yeah.
Number 88. He's been also another player who's been outstanding in this in this game.
Here's Song Wei-yong. Is there a way back here for Lion City Sailors? Hami Shahid just runs into traffic there.
That was Sumi again in the middle.
I don't think there hasn't been a single BG Tampines Rovers players that you haven't been impressed with tonight, right?
Yeah, I think so. Collectively, they're good individually as well. But I think it's a, I don't know, you call it a non-negotiable. You got to work hard, you know, you got to do the right things. And they've done that. Even the foreigners, you look at the number 12, Buhagia. Yeah, he's got 2 goals, but he's worked
There was
his
one bit of tracking back that you really were impressed with. And they've had to do a lot more defending in this second half, Shashi, but they've been very solid, haven't they?
Yeah, very, very solid indeed.
Here's Ramsala. Just get the impression that maybe a goal might just change the dynamic. There's Haris Harun. Now Song. Costa. Ramsala. Yoshimoto. Buhagia. Oh, they've played themselves out of trouble. It looked like they had anyway.
Yeah.
Sumi gives it away.
Yeah, I think Taufik Subaru had just run away from Sumi there. In the end, a very tame shot. Probably the opportunity to make that change.
So there we go. So Amrul Adli comes on for Taufik. It's going to be a double change here. And then we're going to see first look at Hide Higashikawa, the striker. He will take on, he will replace Takeshi Yoshimoto. So actually it is going to be like for likes now, isn't it?
Yeah. And Amrul Adli will go to left back.
Yeah.
Very smart move there. Just making use, and like we spoke about this, the managing of the foreign player rule. So Amrul Adli, who's played there before, so no problems at all at left back. Yoshimoto probably cramps as well. Another player who's had a very, very good game.
Yeah, absolutely right. So Hide Higashikawa, he's come from Tochigi City, who currently play in J3, third tier of Japanese football. He's on loan until the end of the year, 23-year-old. Perhaps if he impresses, you might get more of a shot. We shall see. Well, hopefully there's nothing too serious there. You know, part of it as well, Shasi, are you a believer in the team is sometimes a reflection of the manager?
Yeah.
Do you sometimes feel like, because Akbar Nawas is a fairly chilled out kind of guy, isn't he?
Yeah, but looking at the team, they're not really.
No, what I mean is, you see the demeanor of the side. They're playing really well here, very organized, but it's kind of a joy to it at the moment, isn't it? They're really enjoying themselves. There was smiles you mentioned just before the goal.
Yeah, exactly. And again, the players got to buy into the project.
Right.
You got to buy into the coaches or the managers' way of thinking and the way things are going to be done. So that's very, very important. It's not about, you know, coaching the player how to pass or shoot the ball.
They know all that.
They know all that.
Yeah.
So it's about managing them, putting them in their right positions maybe. And and obviously the tactics part, that's very important. And at the moment, tactically, they've been brilliant. That has to be a foul, and it is.
Yeah, remember that Akbar Nawas, of course, won a title in India with Chennai City, won the I-League there, named Coach of the Year. He led Global Cebu to the AFC Cup semi-finals in 2017. 2016, of course, Tampines Rovers, as they were known then, second in the league. Got to the quarterfinals of the AFC Cup. Was in Thailand as well, in Thai League 1. So he knows his way around. Very likable guy.
That's great handling from the goalkeeper.
That came at him quick.
And he's not the biggest,
No.
I must say, but handling-wise, been absolutely brilliant. Oh, that's totally misjudged there. Hami Shahin.
Kazama looking for Higashikawa. Ivan Susak is there.
Higashikawa there showing good pace. He's going to get there in time.
Haris Harun losing the ball. Here's Anderson Lopez. Needs some of his quality at the moment. Maxime Lestien. Pace on the ball. Irfan Najib.
think the
Doing
last
just
touch,
enough, wasn't it, to put off Ramsala?
Exactly. It was a great ball in. So difficult to defend, and Amirul Adli is backing off a little bit. Just whipped the ball in. Yeah, this is the last touch from Ramsala, but Irfan Najib does well to get there.
No foul on Higashikawa. Here's Ndenge. Now Costa. Oh, as it forces way in, no, off the post. That's about as close as it's come off Song Woo-young's shot.
Yeah, I think there was a mistake in terms of the clearance there. It wasn't good enough, only as far as the LCS player. Lucky with the shot.
Costa.
Well, it's all left foot there. Diego Costa didn't have a right. That was the poor clearance from Amirul Adli. He has got to do better there. Second clearance.
Ramsala is off. Leonard T replaces him. The German forward.
They're probably going with a two-man forward here, Lopez.
Yeah.
So it's basically a 3-5-2.
There's Ndenge. Now Song. Outside of his boots. The header is wide by Lopez. That's probably the only chance he's had so far.
Yeah. Probably the best chance he's had. The ball with the outside of the foot. Good cross in from Song Woo-young. Couldn't keep it on target. Went across goal.
Eight attempts by Sailors, but how many have really... There's that one shot in the first half, which Nalowicz saved. Then you had the header just there. You had the shot from someone who hit the post. That's been really about it, really. That been decent efforts from LCS. Higashikawa. Safwan was there.
Yeah, good work from Safwan. That ball coming off Higashikawa last. It's full of running, Higashikawa. Good pace. 15 minutes to go.
Haris Harun. Now Maxime Lestienne. He's got Wahaja right on him. Been a nice little battle there. This is Diogo Costa. Back to Datkovic. Again, the header straight at Nalowicz. That was from the new man in, Leonard T.
Yeah, I think the ball was meant for Lopez. Tried to go across goal. Went to the goalkeeper straight instead. And again, great kick out.
About, what, 13 minutes plus a fair bit of time at the end is going to be the case from this season onwards. So there's still time, maybe. to make things uncomfortable for BG Tampines Rovers. No real power. Oh, has he got there? Oh, I thought it might have just slipped in, but Nalovic makes it.
He didn't catch it cleanly there. See, and Dengue, just take a look at this shot. Yeah, it wasn't best, and just got there in time.
He's not happy with himself. Here's Bahaja. Nicely done to win the ball back. Dengue. It's a good ball out to Anderson Lopez.
Easy as you like, Nalovic getting there.
Joel Chu. Belatedly given offside now. Was that necessary? Surely that is going to get punished. It is indeed from Costa. And frustration is starting to show.
He's got that in him, Diego Costa. A bit of petulance as well. Don't exactly know what he was doing there. It's so silly.
There's Costa. We're about to enter the final 10 minutes of normal time. And Dengue. Lestien. They're asking for a foul here. Costa felt there was something in that.
Comes in, it's Irfan Najib.
Oh,
again, not for the first time, and Irfan Najib.
It's a tug, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a lucky boy. Irfan doesn't need to do that. It's the goalkeeper's ball.
Higashikawa. Gonna have more changes now for either side. They are still checking that, by the way, and that could just be a little ray of light. Here is Lestien. And Dengue. Now Song. Costa. Well, not the best clearance from Shah Shahiran, but it does enough to get it away. We'll wait to see what they're going to do.
Well, it's no penalty. It's confirmation.
Ah, yeah. But you thought you saw a tug, right? It looked like a tug, didn't it?
Well, it was enough to bring him down. That's the... Was the ball already going to the goalkeeper?
A couple of changes to be made, one for either side. Song is going to go off. Shawal Anwar. Are they going to make that change now? No. Dakovic. That's a decent save from Nalovic.
Yeah, he ran down quickly, Nalovic.
Are they now looking at those changes?
Well, interesting, because then Jacob Marler is coming in. It's good to see him back from injury.
Yeah.
That's Shawal Anwar for Songyeong.
So another forward on. Shawal Anwar, I think probably going back to what, a 3-4-3 maybe?
At this stage, they've got so many attacking players.
Just throw everyone forward.
Yeah, just throw everyone forward. Doesn't matter, it's 3-0. And that's why they didn't want to take Sumi off, because need him in there to defend from the corner, and I think he's going off now. There you go.
Yeah, he just went down. There we go. Jacob Marler returns from his stint in Guangdong United. He had some injury issues as well. Sega Sumi's been excellent today.
Yeah, very, very impressed with the number 7. He's so good in the middle of the park. He's that defensive player that you probably need all these years. And very good to see Jacob Marler back.
Singapore international Jacob Marler. Yep, so no more subs to be made now, with about 6 minutes plus added time to go in this. Away by Yamashita. Corner here for Lion City Sailors. They want to go to get on with this.
Good header away.
Hami Shahid puts it into the box. That should go out of play.
Is running out of ideas at the moment. Lion City Sailors.
Assess the second half, Shasi, in terms of Lion City Sailors, an improvement for you from the first?
I think in the second half, especially the first 10 or so minutes, or 20 minutes at least, they did come out, showed a little bit more urgency, had more possession. It just didn't create those chances, create those clear-cut chances. And after that brilliant goal from Kazama from the free kick, and I think just knew that the game was lost.
Nalovic.
He just played the ball out there, right through the middle.
He's done that so many times today. Is Jacob Marler dispossessed by Ndenge, the opposite number 6 there. And they finally get a goal, Leonard T. After Jacob Marler lost control of the ball. I think they're talking to the referee, but for now that goal stands. Have they given themselves a glimmer of hope here?
Yeah, that's ball given away by Jacob Marler in the middle of the park. Just held on to the ball a little bit too long there. Yeah, there you go. That's not a foul. Just gave the ball away too cheaply, and then Leonard T, in the end, finally still had a lot to do there.
That's not enough to warrant a foul, right?
I don't think so. I think he's dwelling on the ball a little bit too long. It's a great finish from T.
Dylan Fox kind of diving in a little bit, but And he gets the goal, and a resolute BG Tampines Rovers, it looks like, have been breached. Finally. He's shaking his head. So they are still checking this, whether it was a foul on Jacob Mahler in the build-up to that goal.
I think it was Dengue.
Oh, well. This may not bode well for LCS, and that's why they're reacting the way they are. Because Fahd Mahmoud has been told to review this. That may not be a good sign for Lion City Sailors to check his decision.
Well, we can see why this would not have been given, or because of the foul. But I'm just going through the whole game, and we talk about being consistent.
Right.
Then we talk about the tuck on, you know,
Taufik.
Yeah, on Taufik and on Diego Costa. I'm talking about Diego Costa.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, just about 10 minutes ago. 10,
so there's inconsistencies in that sense.
Here we go. I mean, it doesn't look great there, does it?
Yeah, he didn't get the ball. He just pushed him off, and then he went to the ball. So you can see why this would be given as a foul. But I'm just going back again, and we talk about consistencies and why wasn't that tuck being checked.
I mean, there's contact. That much we can see. The question is it enough?
If Tian Dengue didn't put his hand across there, he would have lost the ball anyway. Jacob Mahler,
Right.
I'm saying that. But obviously, if there's hands involved and pushed him away, then it's a foul.
I think he has given the goal. Well, look, the good news is from now on, all this time is going to be added on for sure, right?
Yeah,
that's the new stipulation. So no one's going to feel cheated of the time. I think we're going to have a fair bit now. I think it's, you'll see that shortly. And listen, from a neutral point of view, that just adds to the bit of excitement now towards the end. The 90-minute mark has just been passed. We are waiting now. I think the referee has to give that final confirmation of what he wants to see on that board. Could be in double digits, you never know.
Yeah, because I think now the clock is stopped by the referee when, you know.
Yeah, for these stoppages, which is right. You know, Shashi, they're trying to get up to, what, is it 60 minutes, the ball needs to be played, kind of thing?
But that decision from VAR, as in getting the referee to come to the monitor, that reinforced what I was thinking about. That was so inconsistent.
As in, you feel that also should have been done earlier?
Exactly.
Yeah. Here's Dukovic. They'll be buoyed by this Lion City Sailors. And it's given the game just a bit of edge. Still awaiting to hear how many minutes will be added on. We've played one of them so far. Nalovic is there. He's going to go down every time he gets the ball from now on. Buhaja, who's been a lot quieter in the second half because he's had to do a lot more defending. Higashikawa. Oh, he's through here. Higashikawa. Oh, that surely is it now. It's a great ball forward from Buhaja, and the new man makes no mistake.
What pace was shown by Higashikawa there. He just went past the last defender like he wasn't there, and Was there miscommunication between the goalkeeper and the defense? Just take a look at this. It's just a straight long ball from Buhagia. There was Safwan in there, and there was Datkovic coming across. Yeah, it was miscommunication, and then he expected Susak to come out.
Do you feel Susak should have...
I don't know. It's just so far away.
Yeah. So you think Datkovic should have taken more responsibility?
Yeah, I think so. I think he should have come across a little bit faster, but...
I like this finish, Shasi.
Yeah, it's a brilliant finish. It's not an easy one because the ball was bouncing, and it just... Brilliant finish.
Do you feel there was kind of no man's land between Datkovic and Susak, and both unsure?
You know, in those situations when you're not sure, the defender takes responsibility. You know, the nearest player takes responsibility. Get there first.
Oh, this is some scoreline, I have to say. And we were talking earlier, remember I was telling you about the big 5-0 win in July of 2024. There was a 3-3 in the cup, of course, and
it's going to be
December 23.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough task. Sorry, Shazad, and tough task to pick the man of the match here.
Well, I was going to ask you that question. Buhagia's got 2 goals and an assist.
Exactly, and you know, I thought Kazama had a good game, or has had a good game. Left back Yoshimoto, when he was around, had a good game. But I think, based on what you just said as well, 2 goals and an assist.
Hard to ignore that, right?
Yeah, exactly. Buhagia.
Well, we've now got confirmation that it's going to be 12 minutes. We've played almost 4, so 8 more minutes. And I mean, who knows? There could be more goals in this, but what a result this is looking to be.
Well, Akbar said that he wants to see where they stand against the best in the league. Well, he's got a little bit of encouragement here.
Hami Shaheen, he screws that wide. I mean, you were talking about great players. He's another one that's
exactly
impressed as well.
He's been really good at the back. It looked like he's played there for a very long time.
Pumped forward anywhere now will do for BG Tampines Rovers.
And it is interesting as well, you know, I think he's playing also because Shazwan is injured.
Yes.
And because of that, Higashikawa didn't start.
We'll come back to that because Lenati got in a good position here. Here's Maxime Lestienne, who felt he might have been fouled.
Yeah, just going back to the point, you know, and that is why Higashikawa didn't start, because of the 7 foreigners rule. So, you know, everything kind of like fell in place for BG Tampines in a way. And now Akbar knows that he has got a superb goalkeeper, a second goalkeeper. Maybe he's first now.
Wow, it's a nice selection headache, isn't it? Diogo Costa up to Hami Shaheen. There's just a lot of frustration at the moment.
Yeah, clever play there from the defender. Was it Jacob Mahler just went down, knowing it's going to be a challenge from Hami Shaheen.
Now Buhagia, well, you'd love to get a third, wouldn't he? To cap off what would be a brilliant debut for his club.
It's a good ball in.
Higashikawa, I mean, the angle's not in his favour. He has a shot anyway. There's nothing else on for him.
Listen, he is someone who's going to be so dangerous because of his pace.
Yeah.
You know, he's going to make bad balls look good.
Sure.
Because of his running and his pace, he's always going to get that. He looks so hungry.
Leonard T, straightforward.
Another player's gone down, and there's no more substitutions, so they just got to play with whatever they've got. I think it's cramps more than anything else, not a pull. So that's good news.
Yeah. Well, they're probably going to add on beyond the 12 now. Noor Rahman there in the coaching setup with Akbar Nawas. Dylan Fox just pulled up. I saw him rubbing it earlier, I think, when he went for a tackle about 20 minutes ago. Haja, now Shah, Kazama, Joel Chu is dispossessed. Here's Safwan, excuse me. Now Maxime Lestienne. 3 minutes left, plus a bit more perhaps. And Dengue. Goes back to Harris. Here's Darkovic. Can they get one more at least consolation? But I think nothing's really going to cut it now for LCS after what's really been a drubbing. Higashikawa, he's quick, but even he won't quite get there to Susak. Anderson Lopez, not been a memorable debut.
Absolutely, and then again, we're talking about all the players, especially in the attacking sense, and obviously the goalkeeper, but I think Dylan Fox and Yamashita has done well as well in the middle of the park. You know, they've snuffed
They've
off
dealt
the
with it,
danger.
right?
Yeah, especially from crosses. You know, Yamashita has been really good there, and a very, very good outing for this BG side.
Card there for Joel Chu. Trying to recall when that happened. Safwan. We are into the final minute of added time, but I suspect there will be a little bit more than that. So go on then, Shasi Bohaja in the end, your man of the match.
Yeah, and I think officially he's been voted as well as man of the match. I think he totally deserved it. Superb work rate. He's still working his socks off even now.
Through Leonard T. Look at that. Still diving in.
There was Shah again. Dylan Fox again. That's, you know, we talk about attacking players as well. And defensively, they've been so good. Working for one another.
Again, smashed away. not been able to breach BG Tampines Rovers. LCS past the 12-minute mark now. Last chance here, you feel, to pull one back. Now Lestienne. Still going, Lestienne. That pretty much sums up the evening. And it's BG Tampines Rovers who set out their stall for the 2025-26 season with a superb win here in the Community Shield. It's the biggest ever win in this particular competition, as it were. The Community Shield, a 4-1 win. We've never had that before. And not only have they got the result, Shasi, but they've done it in style as well.
Exactly. It's just the results, obviously, that matters most. But the way in which they've done and they've gone about doing their business has been really, really exciting, and very happy for Akbar as well. And, you know, you can see how happy the bench is as well. But listen, I mean, the Lion City Sailors are not champions for nothing. So the last time they lost to Tampines, BG Tampines, they went on a superb run. So it's still early days, and it's only the Community Shield, but it's a very good platform, a good base to work from, and it's been a great game of football. You know, contrast of styles as well, and in the end, BG Tampines have been the most efficient in this one.
So it ends here then at Jurong Stadium. Lion City Sailors 1, BG Tampines Rovers 4. And a very, very good Community Shield it was as well. We go back to just the second minute of play. The mistake from Lionel Tan leading to the opening goal. Yeah,
Lionel Tan always struggling there as soon as he gave the ball away. But it was a superb pass from Kazama in for Bohagia. Started off his game here in style. Good finish as well into the far corner.
I think that took everyone by surprise in the opening stages. And then we had this header by Yamashita over the bar.
Yeah, good delivery from the corner, and Yamashita, having lost the soft one, should have made it 2-0.
Looked like a potential penalty here then. Irfan Najib's snapshot, well saved by Susak.
Yeah, exactly, and good shot there. This was the incident. Taufik Suparno just impeded by Rui Pires from the back. This was the goal, the second one.
What a ball this was from Sumi.
Exactly, right into the path of Bohagia, but he still had loads to do. His first touch was a very good one. He just put it past the goalkeeper into the far corner. Again, the same corner.
Well, that was just before half-time. And that became 2-0, but what a delightful ball and a fantastic finish. Showing the quality that he has got, Bohagia. The only real opportunity of the first half for Lion City Sailors falling to Ramsala, but it was a great save from Nalovic.
Yeah, this was right at the end of that first half, and Nalovic just tipping it past the goal, and corner kick for the Lion City Sailors.
Kazama had this free kick, and what a free kick it was in the second half. Curling it into that top corner in the 61st minute.
This was just class from Kazama. Brilliant, right in the corner. Goalkeeper just struggling to get there. It's top class, top corner as well.
No chance, as you said, 2.03, couldn't get there. Well, it was a bit more of attack going on from Lion City Sailors, and here's Song Woo-young hitting the post.
Yeah, very unlucky there after a poor clearance from Amirul Adli. This was the clearance right into the path of Song Woo-young. His first touch was brilliant, and probably the first time that Nalovic was beaten, really. And then Jacob Mahler dwelling on the ball a little bit too long. Seen Dengue winning it, putting it to the path of Leonard T. He just curls it into the far corner.
This took a bit of time to adjudicate whether there was a foul indeed or not on Jacob Mahler. Fahad Mohammed was asked to do an on-field review, and he decided in the end that goal should stand. Not enough of a foul, I guess, from Ndenge. And that was late on, though, 87th minute, but there was 12 minutes of added time, so it's about 15 or so minutes still, Shasi. There was still time, but they didn't create enough. And in fact, there was a goal at the other end. What a goal again this one was.
Yeah, brilliant. And I just feel that it was a little bit too far for the goalkeeper to come off his line there. And it's a great finish from Higashikawa. It was the pace, wasn't it? That melee, and I think some players got injured as well.
But look at that, you know, they all came together where they celebrated that. But look at this. You were wondering about the communication here between Dakovic and Sushak.
Yeah, and Dakovic was already struggling, and I think that was why he was looking for support there. There you go. He was really struggling. Superb pace, but take nothing away from the finish. Superb finish from Higashikawa.
Well ahead of him in the end, wasn't he? Great goal. Let's have a look at the stats. Doesn't matter how much possession you have in the end, and even though more attempts, how many of those were high quality chances?
Exactly, I have to agree. You know, yeah, it stays there, 14 against 9, but you know, I thought BG Tampines Rovers, whenever they went forward, they had a little bit more purpose, and they breached the defense a couple of times as well. Lion City Sailors, in the end, I thought just devoid of any ideas, you know, going forwards, and the final ball was lacking. Rather, it looked a little bit rusty, I have to say.
So Shasi, as we await the prize giving now, the trophy to be awarded to the Community Shield to BG Tampines Rovers, should we say this, that let's not read too much into a result? We've got the whole season ahead of us, but this sets out a little marker, doesn't it?
Of course, I think so. You know, I think it's too early, obviously, but you know, it's a gauge, right? It's a gauge where, you know, where do you stand? And it also gives encouragement to the other teams in the league.
Good point.
You know, how to set up your stall, obviously with different sets of players, different quality, but it doesn't matter. You still need to go out there, and probably this is the way to beat them. And they've been so good today, BG Tampines. I'm sure fans will be impressed with the way they've gone about doing their business. And this is a record 6-time winners.
Yes, they are. That's right.
Community Shield, BG Tampines.
The last one was in 2020. They won 4 in a row between 2011 and 2014. But this has been absolutely superb from start to finish. And Akbar Nawas must be so happy. He's been in charge for one competitive match and he's already lifting a trophy.
Why not? You know, and I think last season people were saying, you know, the LCS, they just won 1 or 2 trophies, the Singapore Cup and the league, and not the Community Shield. You know, but it was a treble, right? It's still a trophy. So BG Tampines started off with a brilliant win, and it's a trophy.
Yeah, he's never won a trophy with this club, Akbar Nawas, and now he will get to do so. You just see the chairman Shungo there of BG Tampines Rovers with the former chairman, Desmond Ong. And as we await that, what about LCS here? Because again, one result. We talked about how this was great for BG Tampines Rovers. From an LCS point of view, they've got a few kinks they've got to iron out, haven't they?
Of course, and probably it would, in a weird kind of way, do them a little bit of a good.
Right.
You know, yes, you know, you've lost this game, and comprehensively as well, I've got to say. So Now they've got to go back and say, everyone's gunning for us. We got to wake up.
Yeah.
We got to do better. We got to go back and work harder. And that's what they'll do.
Got Forrest Lee there, of course, president of the FAS, and of course very closely tied with LCS in the past. Well, his club have been completely outplayed today, Shashi. I think there's no hiding from that.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's a proud moment for BG Tampines and their fans, and I'm sure these players are not happy at all about losing this game, although it's a community shield.
Well, they've got a lot of football coming up. Lion City Sailors, that man there, Haris Harun, will have to help do his part by picking up the pieces with the players, helping Rankovic tell them they need to move on. Now, he said, Rankovic, actually ahead of this, that the players knew what's expected of them from day one. There he is. They're playing for an ambitious club that's determined to raise the bar in Singapore football. He said he saw a motivated, hungry group ready to push for more. They want to win everything domestically again and go as far as possible in Asia. Well, this is one trophy they will not be adding to the cabinet.
Yeah, and I think that's what great teams do. Even after winning a title and having a great season, they just only want to get better. And that's how they get better. They get players to come in, freshen up the team as well, and go on from there. And that's what they've done in the pre-season. And they got to step on from here. Obviously, loads to play for. SPL, the Shopee Cup, the ACL 2, the Singapore Cup.
So that's the LCS contingent done and dusted.
Thank you, Mr. Desmond Ong, and congratulations to Lion City Sailors. To present the medals to your Community Shield winners, please welcome Mr. Forrest Lee, President of the Football Association of Singapore. And now, your winners for the Singapore Premier League 2025-26 Community Shield.
Higashikawa leads them out. He's the one who scored the 4th goal, and a quality one as well it was.
And we know we've got a speedy customer. The ranks has been absolutely brilliant performance from the side. Fox there. Sega Sumi was outstanding as well. Yoshimoto, the left back. Saifullah Akbar didn't play today.
Yeah, that'd be an interesting dynamic for Saifullah Akbar.
Yeah. Amarul Adli. Taufik Suparno worked his socks off as well. Irfan Najib. Joe Chu.
What about that man there, Trent Buhaja?
And man of the match, Shaboja as well.
What an introduction to Singapore football he has
Kazama
had.
as well. Brilliant free kick.
Yeah. You made the point there, Shashi, earlier that all the foreign signings that have come in have been excellent today.
Yeah, very, very good.
You wonder with the chairman Shungo Sakamoto, the Japanese connection, what part he's had to play in all of this.
And Alawik, superb back as well.
That's another one. But absolute delight. This young team, this team that's so often played bridesmaid, especially as you mentioned earlier, in the Lion City Sailors era. And as far as Ramli, they'll be hoping for him to be returning to action soon.
And it's good as well because they won games against LCS, but not winning something. But today they've won it, and they've won a medal. Yeah, something at stake as well. So that's a good thing as well. It's confident, it's momentum.
does augur well, you feel, for the club ahead of the season. But we have seen it before where they start extremely well, but just fade away. And there he is, Akbar Nawas, in his very first game back. Has got his side something to put in the cabinet.
And it's a different final for the skipper Shah Shahiran as well. Last season in the Singapore Cup, he got red carded
that's a
as
good
well.
point, yeah.
And it's brilliant.
Shazwan not playing a role today. Oh, he's got some competition on his hands now. So a big moment here for this club, BG Tampines Rovers, who have played magnificently tonight. There's absolutely no doubt about that. Biggest scoreline we've had, biggest win in the Community Shield since it first started in 2008.
Yeah, well deserved.
As we have the senior players come out there, Shah Shahiran and Shazwan Buhari.
6-time winners.
That is a record. So as let's lift this up, the record winners of the Community Shield and their first trophy, bit of silverware since 2020. Your winners tonight, BG Tampines Rovers, Community Shield champions 2025-26. Could it herald perhaps a new era for the club? It's been all changed for them coming into this campaign. And they start off with some silverware. Many were concerned about the exit of some players, their long-term manager. But it's all smiles at the moment. And as we said again, it was the manner in which they won the Shield tonight, Shasi.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I think totally deserves a very good team performance, great individual performances as well in there, and tactically they were superb. You know, they were very well organized, and in moments they picked their moments to really hurt the LCS defense. And in the end, deserved winners.
That man there gets a lot of credit. And Akbar Nawas. Oh, exciting to see what happens this season, Shasi, really.
Yes, and it's first silverware in Singapore as well, the Akbar Nawas. So, well deserved as well for Akbar.
So we leave you with these happy scenes here for BG Tampines Rovers and their new man in charge, Akbar Nawas, as they have won the first piece of silverware on offer this season in Singapore football. And they've done it brilliantly as well. Against the odds, I don't think many people had them winning this tonight. It ends again as BG Tampines Rovers defeating very comfortably Lion City Sailors 4-1 to take the Community Shield. We look forward to seeing you again next week for the SPL. From me, Shazad Ak and Shasi Kumar, it's goodbye.